Bow, 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 from my head down to my toe. I love my little bow. Bow, 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 everywhere I go. You know I love my bow.
Hi, welcome to Joyful DIYs. I'm Joyful Day. Each week, I upload a new DIY based on your votes in the comments section below. I really love sewing and crafting, but it's so much more fun to sew and craft with you. So that's why I message back in the comments section. And if you would like to, we can do a collaboration. Just go ahead and message me on my Instagram account at Joyful Day DIYs. There's a link in the description box below. I got a really fun gift from a neighbor, and she said that she bought this for me at a place called the Red Barn in here in Everett, Washington. And they're like a knit shoe or slipper, and look at how cute they are. They have these little puff balls in the front or back. No, definitely the front. The little puff balls goes in the front, and so I'm gonna try these. And they also are non-slip on the bottom, so that's really fun, and I'll be able to wear these in the house and with all my fun clothes. Thank you so much for the gift. They fit perfect and they're so cute and comfy. This week's dress was inspired very much by one of my very favorite Instagrammers, Circus Fairy. So I really hope that you love this dress and give me some fun makeup tips for this outfit. The materials for this week are scissors, measuring tape, safety pins. I'm also going to be using those clips that I got from Shelly, and I'm going to be using elastic, about 1/4 of an inch. I'm probably going to use no more than 3 yards of this, probably less than that. And I'm going to be using my sewing machine and my thread. And then the material that I'm going to use for this week is two, I would say, twin size sheets of this purple and blue stripes. And I really loved this because it's so fun. It's light purple and light blue, and I'm going to do my best to have these stripes going lots of different directions to make it really fun and much more like a clown. Because I don't want this to be a really long video, I am going to go ahead and split this up into 3 parts. I will be making the double skirts for part 1, the bloomers and the top for part 2, and then for part 3 I'll be making all of the fun accessories for this outfit. This is part 1, so I'm going to start off by making 2 square skirts. So I kind of start by making the circle skirt, and instead of cutting that bottom section to make it into that 3/4 of a circle, I just leave that part square and just cut one end to make it match the other 2 sides. I'll show you what I mean. Both of these sheets were only $2.99 at Value Village. However, I thought one was a fitted sheet and one was a flat, and they're both fitted sheets. So what I'm going to need to do is start out by cutting off this elastic fitted section and cutting open these seams that go to form the corner edges of the sheet. So we want them to be as flat as possible. So after you have it folded in half twice like a giant square, this is how you would do a normal circle skirt, by cutting right here and right here. But we don't want to do that. We need to make 2 of these. So what we're doing is folding these in half one more time. And we're going to use this corner here, now that it's folded over, as our new center of our circle skirt. So now that we have this folded like we want, what we're going to do is cut out our non-circle skirt, because we want this to be a square. I'm just going to even up whatever edge right here is not laying flat. You definitely want your fabric to be laying flat for this part. So this part is going to be the center of my circle skirt, and I'm going to do about a 7 circle here, 7 inches down from here and 7 inches down from here, and then just cut in a quarter circle there. And then from that mark, I'm going to measure how much length I have on this section, and I'm going to make it the same length on that section. So might just go ahead and do 8 inches here. Give a little bit of a cut there. And this is going to be a 10-inch skirt on this side. That's going to be okay because we'll just do a longer skirt on that side and it will make it more dimension. I'm going to go 12 on this side. And then I'm just using the line that I have here on the material because I have striped material, so you might as well use it. And I'm just going to cut straight across because I want this to be squared shape-ish. And I'll show you what I mean once this part gets finished. Well, this I can use for other parts later, maybe sleeves. And from here to here, I can go ahead and cut that curved shape, and that will give me the waist line. Okay. And I really didn't even have to cut this side because most of these edges were already cut, so I just had to open up that one folded over seam. So these are my two skirts. See how they're kind of in that squarish shape? Once you have one going one way and the other one going the other way, it will give a real fun effect. Kind of like this. And I will also mention, don't forget to backstitch because you don't want all your hard work to just come unraveled. This is the skirt, and now all I need to do is put the elastic sleeve in this one and of course make the other. So I'm going to make the other one and then I'm going to go ahead and add the elastic sleeve in this one. Now that I have both of them all, now I'm going to attach the elastic. So I put a safety pin at both ends, find the hole that I didn't sew for the elastic. Then I just safety pin one section where it's already sewn, right there near the opening. And then I just shimmy this other safety pin through that elastic sleeve and kind of push the safety pin through and then pull the fabric around it and kind of inch your way through, and then it'll look like this. So this is one of the skirts, And once this one has all the elastic in it, I'll show you both of them. Okay, now this is the second skirt. So now I have both of them. And what we do next is we take these two pieces of safety pinned elastic and we need to zigzag stitch these together. So I pull out elastic from both sides, take the safety pins off, grab my sewing machine. Now I put both of these pieces, these two edges, together and overlap them so zigzag that several times back and forth to make sure that it's good and tight on there. Because we don't want that to come undone while we're wearing our skirt. So then there we go. Now I'm going to do that same thing to this one. And we just do this because we want to make sure that, for one, we don't want to leave any safety pins in our material. And number two, we want to make sure that when you're wearing the skirt, it just doesn't pop off on you. Because I have tried to just like tie this in a little knot at the end, and let me just tell you right now, the first time that you pull on your skirt, it just pops. Zigzag stitching has really been the best way to go, in my opinion, for keeping your skirt together. See, now both of my skirts are done. Wearing both of them at the same time and overlapping the stripes in different directions. And like I was saying, how parts of the skirt is a little shorter. See how it doesn't really matter because you have the other one that goes underneath. Also, we're going to be making bloomers for this. So even if you have a little part that's a little shorter than the rest of it, it's not going to matter. Thank you so much for watching and have a joyful day. In a world filled with expenses, my DIYs are always free. So come. Also, I wanted to leave a link for the Instagrammer who inspired me to do this dress so you can show her some love.
Bow, 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 from my head down to my toe. I love my little bow. Bow, 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 everywhere I go. You know I love my bow.